Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading.
Aries.
Hello Aries. Thanks for joining me for your February 2015. I keep wanting to say 14. I think I even said 2012 in one of the readings. This is a Tarotscope for Aries, February 2015 with Animal Totem card. Here we go. Here we go now. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Oh, alright. I'm not going to talk too much about any interpretation while I'm still shuffling, because I think that might kind of mess things up or whatever. You know, cloud the reading. I don't know. Oops. Come on now, Aries. I got too many there. I had like 4 cards. I was going to lay out 4 more. I need one more card for Aries. One more. One more card for Aries. Well, 2. All right, we'll go for 2. All right, let's have a look here. Well, right off the get-go, Queen of Rods in reverse was the first card out. Now, Queen of Rods is a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Could be you. Probably is you. And again, when I do these readings for everybody, I don't necessarily pin it down to man and woman. You know, it could be man, woman, whatever, because it's just too many factors out there in these general outlooks, okay? So, fire sign person in reverse. If it's somebody else, it's somebody that you're having disagreements with or conflicts or not getting along or is not helping you on your way, who could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sag. Probably it's you, though, honestly. You know, it's you being in reverse. And I really want to say you've been stubborn about something. But you're kind of seeing it now. It's like, oh, wow, my God. You're getting some kind of enlightenment or insight, okay, despite this. You know, despite her or him, you know. If it is somebody else, maybe this is just somebody that, you know, it could be your parent. You know, we all are raised in, you know, these, you know, our parents are our teachers in our family. And then when we break free of that, you know, we have realizations about that. There's all sorts of realizations we can have about our family, right? But it's just about breaking away from an old train of thought. I think it's you. I think it's really you in your head. Aries rules the head. But what we've got here is High Priestess. So High Priestess is telling us, nonetheless, whatever, that you're going to be very psychic and very intuitive during this time frame. And that there is inner guidance totally available for you. It's a great time to try to tune into that. You know, you don't have to just go and sit somewhere and do chanting and stuff. I mean, that's great, and that's the way a lot of people get there. But there's lots of ways to get there. It doesn't have to be, you know, and Aries can be kind of restless. I could see how that might not be your bag there. Doing anything creative, being in nature is a great one. You know, whatever, you know, gets your mind at peace. Some people like to clean. I know lots of people, and I'm not one of them, but I know people that just like to clean because it just clears their mind out. You know, it's like taking that time for that, to stop thinking and allow for feeling and your higher self and stuff to come in. You're going to get a lot of stuff. You could really be getting a lot of stuff. And it might not just be this month. You know, some of you, maybe this is it. You're really at some point where you're going to be having some kind of big thing, a breakthrough, right? This is good here, though. I've got Justice with 10 of Cups. Now, Justice is an awesome card. Upright. It means justice will be done. Very often it could be, any of you have any legal stuff pending, all right? Court cases, documents going to be signed. Although Mercury is going to be retrograde a lot, it's usually not the best time to sign documents, but you could get something. This could be, you know, too, with Mercury retrograde, stuff from the past. This could be something that's been ongoing, and finally, justice is done. Justice, though, can also be karmatic justice. Like, okay, you've learned your lesson, you've balanced the karma, and if this is an outside person, honestly, you have some other people in reverse, too. So I think for some of you, relationships are just going to be like, okay, you know, I've done this enough already. Three of Swords, I've been hurt enough. And, you know, everybody gets hurt. And everybody plays the fool sometimes. No exception to the rule. But anyways, this Three of Swords is like, I've been hurt. But this is not, it's not their first blow or their first time at the rodeo here. This has been going on and on. It's like a dull pain. And this is just this ongoing thing. And I'm feeling like, you know, sometimes if it's getting too hard, it might be time to move on. Or sometimes it just doesn't, you know, sometimes finding a similar path in life is so key to successful relationships. Because we're going along and we're both here, and then I want to go this way, but I want to stay here. And you can't force this one to go this way, and you can't force that one to go that way. Sometimes you just do have to part ways. Well, sometimes you could, you know, or go a different route in the middle, or, you know, there's other ways, but sometimes with like this Three of Rods in reverse here, and Six of Rods is saying, you know, it just doesn't seem like it's gonna, Six of Rods upright is we're gonna be victorious, triumphant over anything. In reverse, it's like, well, maybe not. Maybe you're fighting a losing battle. Or a lost cause, I don't know. You know, it's like that. In this case, it's very much watery. It could be watery because there's emotions involved. The cups, emotional, water. It could be watery because we are going to be moving into Pisces after the 18th. So that could be our timing for this events. This person that we're involved with could be watery, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. It's emotional regardless. You know, there's an emotional with the Three of Swords here and these cups and stuff. There's an emotional attachment. And sometimes, too, we have these soulmates in our lives. And they just come in to teach us a lesson, and then they're gone. The karmic debt has been paid. Just because you're soulmates with people doesn't mean, and not just your lovers or your soulmates, of course, it's lots of different people, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be together for the rest of your life or anything. It just means that you came together for some kind of learning, growth, whatever. Justice has been done, and on it goes. Some of you might be getting divorced or something. Some of you might be getting divorced and now you're free to marry. Or some of you might be getting married. Well, Valentine's Day is, you know, that's the big thing here. But Justice is also, I just kind of skipped right past that. Ten of Cups is here. Ten of Cups is an awesome card. It's one of the best cards in the deck. It's 10. Tens are always the most. Aces are the beginnings, and tens are the most. 10 of Cups, most love, joy you can experience. Happy, on cloud 9. Encompasses, it's the marriage card. It's known as the marriage card. It can indicate a marriage. 10 of Cups, though, it also encompasses, it's the family, too, because the children are in the scene. They're dancing around and happy, too. So sometimes this card comes up if it's major relationship stuff. It can say, like, oh, you're dating somebody with kids, and you have kids. You know, if these kids are standing out to me, I'll say, you know, the kids are all going to get along too. You guys will be a good blended family. You'll be able to pull that off. Or it just can be, you know, all the kids are there at the wedding. So this is happy. There's definitely a real happy time here. But there's also this emotional thing down here. This just feels like this heavy weight is pulling me down. You know, and I'm getting sucked into the water. Or I'm getting sucked into this emotional stuff. It's like somebody that just wants to over and over again. Let's have these 12-hour crying fights for over and over, and sometimes you just got to say, look, we disagree, and all the crying and all the, you know, crap is never going to make us disagree. We fundamentally are on a different page. We fundamentally want to go down different roads right now. It's not a lot of times it's not because they don't love each other anymore, or that they, you know, it's just that we've grown and changed, or one has grown and changed, and one wants to stay the way that things always were. You know, it's no good guy or bad guy. It's just you and me, and we just disagree, right? Yeah, so that's going on, and there could be financial loss with some of this. Even though Justice is upright, there could be financial loss. So, like, maybe if somebody's getting divorced, maybe you're going to win in the divorce, but your lifestyle may go down by living separately. You know, your level of income is going to go down. Therefore, your lifestyle is not going to be... You may have to downsize a little, you know. Whatever it is, it's clearly saying you want to be freed of this. It's a good thing. It's all over. You got to be freed of this. And Four of Swords, it's going to require a healing time. And I think that maybe in a lot of cases, maybe you can be friends with this person again somewhere down the road. But right now, it's just too raw. And it's just there's too much stuff there. So you need a time, you need a break of 4. You need a break of maybe 4 weeks, 4 months before you try to, go back to this at all. It feels very much like a relationship ending. But then the Ten of Cups is here too. So, it's hard to say. It's ending and then happiness and joy. Or, I think a lot of you may be breaking off friendships. It could be friendships too, totally. I'm not saying that that's definitely not necessarily your one and only lover or whatever. So time of ending, but Ten of Cups, it's going to be a real happy time for you. And any of you guys have lawsuits pending or legal stuff, there could be real good news coming about that during this time frame. Now let's get this totem card rolling. And I wanted to tell you that thanks for all your comments, and this will probably be the last time we're going to use this. There's your card sticking right out here. Here it is. Coyote, the trickster. Okay, the coyote is the trickster, I know that much. But this says wisdom and folly. Okay. Well, thanks for everybody who's been, saying, oh, I saw the animal and giving me all the confirmation. It's confirmation for you and me and everybody else, but it's also confirmation for me about going forward with my deck, which I'm really making progress on. Stay tuned for the explanation about Coyote, and I'm going to show you some of the art from my deck, and I've got a couple other announcements I want to make, so stay tuned. Right back.
Known as the trickster, the coyote is the keeper of the magic. Coyotes love to laugh and play, and it is through joy and magical play that the energy of the coyote comes forth. Coyotes work together as a pack to bring down animals much larger than themselves. Coyote can remind us that we cannot do it all by ourselves, and working within the group or a team could be greatly beneficial.
Okay, before we go, I want to again just thank everybody for all your comments about how you've been getting confirmation on these animal totems. And I'm going to show you some of my, where I'm at with the progress. And I think it's kind of cool. I showed it on the last astrology video about how we go from a sketch to then I take it into Illustrator, and then we go to, which is make nice clean lines and a vector drawing, and then I finish it off in Photoshop and with the final card and add a lot of texture and depth and color. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep showing you guys some. And while I'm showing you the rest of some of these cards that I'm doing, I wanted to ask again, I know I mentioned it in the astrology video, but I know I don't, like some of you don't watch the astrology and not the cards and vice versa. But I'm really looking for an app developer who has some knowledge of some of these mystical things. I really want to do a tarot app, and I'd love to do an app for this new animal totem cards. But even more so, I want to do an astrology app so much because there just isn't an astrology app out there that can do the things that I want to do. I've been mulling this around for a few years. I have detailed things of how I want it to look and operate and function. I just need somebody who knows code who can, go ahead and maybe help me with that part of it. So go ahead, if anybody you guys know anybody, please email me and let me know about that. Back to the animal totems, a lot of you, again, I know you don't watch the astrology, but I've been having so much confirmation, a lot of it coming from you, so definitely keep commenting and tell me about that. But the other thing on that astrology video, the last one I did for the Aquarius new moon, about 3 minutes and 40-some seconds in, this hawk just crashed into the window while I was doing the reading. You don't see it crash into the window, but you hear it. It's clunk, and I'm like flipping out, and I turned the camera onto the window, and you could see it in the bushes and the trees there, but it flew off. And I want to note that this is not a, confirmation about the animal deck, yes, but there's more to this. This window also is not like a big picture window outside of a deck. It's set back in a nook. There's a huge forsythia bush in the way. I mean, he was coming to me. It was pretty obvious. And if that window wouldn't have been there, it probably would have landed right on my shoulder, the way I was sitting. And it was a splat. I just see the splat of I hear clunk, and I hear the splat of this thing. You can watch it. It's at like 3 minutes and 40-something. I don't know if I'll be able to put the thing on there. But I know what it was telling me. Because the hawks are the messenger. It's like, speak. Soar to new heights. Be yourself. Speak your truth. because for a long time I wrote a book. I wrote another book, and I want to thank everybody too who does do my astrology tarot in the modern world book, you know, and likes it and everything. But I wrote a book of fiction, and the original idea actually came to me in the 90s, and I was mulling it around in my head. I finally started really writing it in 2011, and I published it in 2012, just for copyright purposes mainly. But I haven't come out about it really, and I've been putting it off, and then I said, well, when the Uranus conjuncts the South Node, I'll definitely come out about it. And that's when that video was the astrology video. And as I started the video, I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to talk about this book, and then crashed this talking. So it's like, you better. It's like that hawk was telling me, you better talk about it. So I am going to talk about it some more. I mentioned it in the other video, but as I said, I know a lot of you don't watch both. So here it is. It's a work of fiction, and it's called Starseed, A Pleiadian Tale of Love, by V.M. Lariv, which is a pen name. Lariv is an anagram of Verly, so that's how I came up with that. I drew the cover art. It's Othvar. You know, it's meant to be, it's a work of fiction, but it's also meant to be a teaching book, you know, and it's stuff about, you're going to learn, it's about the story of Rory Lang and her awakening, basically. And there's a lot of things in it, like on the line of the Celestine Prophecy, how it's a fiction story, but there's spiritual insights as well. So that's kind of the approach I was trying to take. Although it's, other than that, the story's nothing like the like that. It's a Pleiadian tale of love. It's meant to be like a paranormal romance. Like as I said, I published it mainly just to copyright it because I was sending it out to some people. I mean, it's a good read. It's a short story. It's got some humor. I try to have some humor in it. Rory's a bartender. You know, it's loosely based on some of my experiences, but it's still, you know, I would say 90% fiction. Okay, and then there's different people in there. Some of like Helga is a composite character of all the great bar broads that I've known in my life. These older women who are just, you know, so the crazy things they've said and done and their strength, and I've just, you know. They definitely came up in the time when it was a man's world, but they made their own way. I mean, it's meant to be humorous. But it needs a little going over. I imagine it would need an editor, work with an editor, or possibly my arm's getting tired, or a screenwriter, really, maybe even to help me like convert it into a script might be a nice way to go. But the universe is telling me to put out there. The hot crashing in the window was like, don't you dare chicken out. You put that out there. So I'm doing it. I'm putting it out here. You know, because really, I'm so into working on this animal deck right now. That's what I'm so focused on. But you know, I got to walk the talk. I'm listening to Spirit, and it's telling me to put it out. It's not for everybody. No, you know, it might be too far out there for a lot of people, but it might not be for others. And like a lot of the stuff, I had confirmation. Like watching videos of like Dolores Cannon. I didn't know about Dolores Cannon during the time that I was writing this, and when I watched a lot of her stuff and her information, definitely confirmed a lot of what I was getting, and tried to incorporate in this book. So that was nice confirmation. I'm so sorry to hear of her passing too, because I really thought she was such a cool lady. I wanted to meet her. I wanted to go to her thing in Arkansas, but you know, too late now. But anyways, you know, her work lives on. Okay, so this is it. This is Starseed. And again, thank you for everybody who's been buying and Tarot in the Modern World. And again, if you're watching this video to learn tarot, this is the book. You know, this kind of tells it all. Thanks for commenting and leaving stuff on YouTube and on Amazon, commenting and rating the book. I'm so grateful. Grateful for everybody who has, you know, commenting and donating and ordering readings and sharing and liking my videos. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.